So we've got something a little bit different today. I've got myself a package here. A package sent from myself, an alternate version of myself, from a different timeline, and a multiverse, if you will. Or let's just, in reality, it's just really me sending myself useless crap. Let's see what's in the bag. Recently I've been searching down some old retro video games, of course martial arts related, stuff that I used to own. What we're going to do today is open up this bag. I know it's Street Fighter related, so let's have a look. Alright, let's have a look at what we got. Ooh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what have we got here? Ta-da! The original Street Fighter 2 for Super Famicom, which is the Japanese version of the Super Nintendo. Now this came out in 91, 92. Again, as you can see, quite beat up, but still got its charm. I remember seeing this box so many times, because this was the first version to actually come out on the Super NES, or the first version of Street Fighter 2 to come out, where people that I knew actually had the system. Apart from, you know, your computer versions, things like that. And being in Australia, this was an import, and we couldn't really play this. I did have a friend who had a converter, and he could play it, but alas, I did not. Oh, look at this. Oh. And there's a cartridge. So many memories. So many good times. Ah, look at that. Come on, man. Jeez. Doesn't matter. Nostalgia's sake, folks. Nostalgia's sake. I would have rather had it in a better condition than this, but it's all good. Oh, it's pretty shaky too. It feels like somebody's actually taken it apart and put it back together again. I've never had cartridges that were that shaky. That's cool. That's cool. Sticker is in a pretty good condition. Looks like it's been slightly peeled and it's stuck back down, but that's cool. Could have been worse. Hey, could have had rental stickers all over it. May have, who knows. Maybe there. Maybe there. So, this has seen some good days. This has been through who knows how many people's systems, you know? How many people have owned this since the early 90s? Ah, the stories she could tell. But she can't, because she's plastic. Alright, cool. No booklet, unfortunately. Now, I used to own the Australian PAL version of this, and if you recall, back in the 90s, anytime a Japanese game was released, for the Western audiences, they would change the artwork, and they'd make it look, I don't know, more Americanized. Americanized? What does that mean? Well, usually something like this. So, in Japan, in Asia, this is how the cover looked. Beautiful. But in the States, in Australia, this is the cover that we got. And unfortunately, this is what my cartridge looked like as well. And, well, I wasn't such a fan of that artwork. I even had a big, huge poster of this thing given to me by a friend of mine one time. I mean, look at it. It's just terrible. Terrible. And I mean, this isn't the worst example of this kind of thing either. I mean, check out the Mega Man treatment here. Yeah. Anyway, so, you know, to actually get the cardboard box here that's in a non-destroyed condition is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Check it out, yeah. Alright. You know, it's not ripped to shreds, which is good. Got a sticker here that I'm going to have to... Don't know where that's from. I'm going to have to try and remove that as best as I can. The old hairdryer. Yeah, it's clear that this has had stickers on it at some point. But it's cleaned up well. Plastic bubble. I don't know, I might be able to do something to fix that up. Look at that. That's cool. I'll work it out. But yeah. So finally getting myself a copy of Street Fighter 2 on Super NES once more. It was the very first Super NES game that I ever owned because it came with this pack. So once Street Fighter 2 and the Super NES became more affordable, which, yes, had this artwork on it, which is what I wanted, on the box, which was great. I remember seeing it being played on a demo display at a shop, an electronics shop, and thought, yeah, it's time to move up to Super NES. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had a sick day from school, and my dad took me up to the shop as a surprise, and with the money that I'd saved and a little bit of help from my folks as well, we purchased this, and it was great. Obviously one of the greatest martial arts fighting games ever released, and for a home version, it was pretty accurate to its arcade counterpart. It's just good to be reunited with this yet again. You know, good times. Do you remember the first time that you got to play Street Fighter? On a home version or even the arcade? You know, it takes you back. And this is going straight into the collection, where it belongs. Back into my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little package mail opening of mine. I'm going to see what I can do about cleaning this up a little bit. But still cool. And a good little piece of history too. So many fun times we had with this baby back in the day. I still remember the first game that I'd played when I'd taken it home and hooked it all up. I think I played as Guile and completed the game. No, sorry, Ryu completed the game. Lunchtime came along and me and my old man, we went down to our local fish and chips shop, got some lunch. It's funny, vivid memories, things that I can remember. You know, I can't remember my password for logging into this stuff, but I can remember that we had fish and chips that day. It was a good day. Went home, played some more Street Fighter. 30 years later, playing some Street Fighter. It's crazy. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video, as odd as it was. And I'll be getting more packages in the near future. Retro martial arts video game stuff. And just add to the collection. So, until then,